All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I am back again with another video. So you guys, I've tried to do this video like 3 times. So I'm hoping that the third time is a charm. So it's not going to be a long video. It's going to be a quick one. But if this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I'm also a mentor as well, and I have been dealing with narcissistic abuse since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims and now survivors heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So I wanted to just talk about a topic. I actually got inspiration from a person. They sent me an email. This was actually last year, but the individual was basically saying how they felt that, they was being held back by their narc parent, and also the person that they used to deal with that they have a child with is a narc, but they felt that God was calling them to do more, and like they wanted to be more, have more, and do more, but they felt kind of stifled and they felt stagnant because of like what they had gone through with the narcissist, right? They felt like, they couldn't do new stuff or they couldn't try new things due to it could have been belief systems, behaviors, values, morals, and just feeling a lot of like worries, doubts, fears, no motivation, no encouragement, a lot of disempowerment, from being in contact with, the person's narc parents, and then also, the individual that they had a child with that was a narc, right? And so I think the individual was kind of seeing the benefit of, really distancing themselves from those individuals. Now, I do want to say I believe that person mentioned that they may still have contact with their parents from time to time, but for the most part, it's like limited contact. Because some people are like, no, I don't want to cut off my parent, even if they are narc, because they feel guilt, obligation, and fear. So, it is what it is. But in my case, I was able to go ahead and cut off my aunt, which I did live with her for 5 years, and I didn't feel any fear. Well, at first I did. I felt a lot of fear and guilt, but after realizing like what I had gone through while living with her, that kind of went away. But not everybody is there, and that's fine. We're all on our own journey. Like some people could be freshly no contact with their narc parents. Some people are still living with their narc parents. Some people are long, moved on with their lives, maybe still like hear from their parents from time to time. Maybe it's like through a text or, things like that. So it just depends. But basically, the individual was just saying that they felt that God was calling them to do more, and they felt a lot of fear, right? They felt like things was holding them back, a lack of confidence, lack of like self-worth and self-esteem, because it had been programmed to them by the narc, like, oh, you're nothing, or you don't deserve good things, or you're a nobody, you're worthless, you're a piece of crap, you're never man up to anything, you're like, who do you think you are, so a lot of times when you're around narcissistic individuals, they'll tell you things like that, and you will begin to believe it because that's the only thing you hear. You're hanging out with these individuals or you're living with these people, and they're telling you this. And you guys know the mind is like a sponge. Like whatever you listen to or whatever you hear, that's what you begin to believe, even if it's not true, so that's why it's really important to be doing the inner healing and to work on yourself, to work on your mind, because whatever you hear, whatever you program your mind, or whatever other people are telling you, even though it may not be true, you will deem it as true because you've heard it over and over and over and over again. You get me? So that's why that's really important to be able to, do your inner healing and work on yourself. So that way you won't be afraid to live up to your fullest potential. Now, I do understand that some people are like, you know what, Joy, I don't want to live up to my fullest potential. Like, I'm okay with, just having like enough, like, even though it's not up here, I'm here, but I'm not down here. Like some people, like most people are right here, right? When it comes to living up to their fullest potential. And right here is nothing wrong with that, right? Because some people, when they think about up here, they're like, oh no, like, I don't want to do that. Like, well, what if I actually do live up to my fullest potential? Then what, And then some people are like, oh no, like I can't be down here because what are people going to think about me? You get me? But then some people are like, oh no, I'm okay right here. Like, but the thing about being right here sometimes is that, you kind of yearning to be up here, but then you're like, I'm okay because at least I'm not down here. You get me? So, again, to each his own. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just making this video for those of you that want to do more, be more, and have more, and you're inspired to like live your fullest potential after narc abuse. Like maybe you have a certain calling on your life, maybe you're motivated to like do a certain hobby or goal or accomplish something in work or career, you know, this video is for you. Like I would love for you to reach out to me and we can talk things through in regards to, you know, how to get on that path. Or maybe you feel like you kind of know, you have an idea, but you're like, all right, how do I go about it? Or like just getting you going kind of thing. Or like, all right, what's my next action step? What do I need to do so I can start walking on my path? Or let's say you're on your path, right, to living your fullest potential, but maybe you feel some discouragement. Maybe you feel like, oh, I failed, or oh, you know, no one supported me, or oh, you know, what are people gonna think of me? Or I tried it and it didn't work. Like, yeah, like reach out to me. I would love to support you onto living up to your fullest potential. Because I gotta be honest with you guys, like me personally, when it came up to living up to my fullest potential, I was afraid. I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid. I was fearful. I was nervous on what people would think about me. Even like making these videos on YouTube, I was like terrified. Like, you know, but something in me, something clicked. I was like, wait, it's not about me though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's about like what I had gone through so I can help others, but it's not specifically personal to me, if that makes sense, you know? So that's how I was able to kind of push past my fears in terms of, you know, living up to my fullest potential after dealing with narcissistic abuse, and even putting my trust in God, like stepping out on faith and trusting God to support me on my path was not easy. I was terrified, you guys. I was so scared to put my trust in God. And when I started to put my trust in God, I'm like, dude, I should have been doing this. Like, what was I thinking? Like, you know? So, and here's the other thing though. Some people have a different type of relationship with God. Some people are like, oh, I don't believe in God, or oh, I'm not into the whole Christian stuff because, you know, when I went to church, I felt like the preacher was trying to take money from me and my family, and nothing ever happened. Or, you know, some people were taken advantage of, you know, as far as church wise. Maybe some people could have had church hurt, like I did myself. I had church hurt, you know. So some people are like, no, like I'm not sure about that. But another thing that I could say when it comes to, you know, living up to your fullest potential, you have to have something else, like a higher power that you believe in. So it can't just be like, oh, I'm motivated, oh, I'm inspired. You got to know, like, there's somebody, like, it's a higher, it's something bigger than yourself that's getting you on your path to, you know, living up to your fullest potential, right? And then others of you, it could also be where you got to ask God, like, what is my fullest potential? Like, what do I need to be doing? Like, what's like my life purpose kind of thing? Or, you know, what does that look like for me to live up to my fullest potential, right? And like, is that possible for me? How do I go about that? You get me? So like I said, reach out to me and, you know, we can definitely talk things through on how you can start to connect to God in that regards, you know? And then other times it could just be trying new things. And I actually do talk about this in my book, Your Pain Will Make You Successful. So if you have not gotten that, make sure that you do get a copy like today after watching this video. And I guess another inspiration why I wanted to make this video was because honestly, you know, seeing my parents, you know, they did the best that they could. Even like my aunt that was a narc, like all of them, I can tell that they didn't live up to their fullest potential. And I'm only saying that because based for one, like my aunt, it's clear she didn't live up to her fullest potential the way that she treated me. And even like my mom and my dad, you know, my dad, for instance, working 35 years at a company and, you know, he retired. And then even like my mom, she worked 20 years at a company, another 20 years at a different company. It's just kind of like, in the end, they're always like wanting more. And it's like they never stepped out on faith and took the path where they trusted God, and it kind of, it's like the result, it kind of shows based off of like how they're living. And I'm not saying that, you know, like they're living fine, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's just goes to show you like the risk of not living up to your fullest potential. It could be living an unhappy life, being like displeased, just being kind of resentful, or like just being just miserable, you know, just angry at yourself or feeling regret for not doing certain stuff. Because I'm gonna be honest, like sometimes when I used to be around my dad and my mom at times, like they would kind of like low-key tell me like they wish they would have did more with their life. And even like my aunt, the one that was a narc, she literally told me the reason why she was behaving that way the last time I had seen her back in 2014. She said, Joy, I was behaving that way because I feel like I didn't live up to my fullest potential. You get me? So you can see the how the damage of not living up to your fullest potential, how it can make you become. It can really change you. It can change your personality. It can make people not want to be around you. And the thing about it, another reason why people don't live up to their fullest potential is because they don't heal, they don't recover, or, it's a lack of awareness. It's a lack of planning, a lack of, knowledge, a lack of, information that they haven't learned yet. You get me? A lack of skills that they haven't learned yet. You get me? So that's why I'm saying, like, doing your inner healing is very, very important, you guys. Investing in yourself is very, very important. How do you invest in yourself? You have to read books. You have to get support. You have to educate yourself. You have to write, or you have to find ways to have new experiences and different activities, and you gotta take a chance. You get me? Because the thing about it is, if you don't take a chance, you're gonna risk being miserable for the rest of your life. You're gonna risk being unhappy and no one wanting to be around you, and no one you're gonna be like a loner, like, you get me? Or you're gonna have certain habits or addictions or emotional baggage where you kind of like self-sabotage, or you self-destruct, or you kind of most of your relationships end because you haven't learned a certain skill set, or it's something inside of you. It's something that hasn't changed inside of yourself, because like I said, it's a refusal to do something new, or a refusal to learn something new, or a refusal to have a different belief, a different mindset, a different attitude, if that makes sense. So anyway, you guys, I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope that this was helpful though. Like, I would love to know what you guys' takeaway is. Do you guys feel like you're living up to your fullest potential? Do you feel satisfied with your life? Are you pleased? If you're not, let me know. I would love to hear you guys' feedback. Now, if you are pleased and satisfied, let me know that too, because we definitely, for those watching and that are like, man, like, I want to have more, do more, be more, but I don't know where to start. I don't know who to go to. Like, you could also be like, nobody around me is living up to their fullest potential, so why should I? Like, you get me? Because you may have people around you that be like, oh, boy or girl, who do you think you are? Why do you feel like you can do that? Why do you feel like you can accomplish this? Or why do you feel like you can do this? Who, like, what's up with that? You get me? You think you better than us? Like, you get me? So you have a lot of that going on. A lot of people fear what other people are going to think. A lot of people fear criticism, or a lot of people fear success. A lot of people feel failures, and a lot of people live in a way where it's like they don't want to offend people. And I get that. Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody either, but it's just like, when you die at the end of the day, it's you by yourself. It's nobody else. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to live knowing that one day, yeah, you're going to go. But when you on your deathbed, you want to think like, well, did I do everything that I wanted to do? Did I live up to my fullest potential? And sadly, most people, it's a no. And that's sad. It's really sad. And, that's why I'm so close to God, because I'm like, God, I love you. I need you every day. And I trust you. That's what I mean, that's just a given for me, So anyway, like I said, reach out to me if you want to learn more about this topic and you want like some guidance, some advice, some motivation. And like I said, if you feel like you don't want to go down that realm, that's fine. That's fine. But just understand the risk that you're taking when you don't live up to your fullest potential, because you're going to spend the rest of your life being miserable. And like I said, I'm seeing kind of that in real life with the people in my family dynamic. So, yeah. Or people like always, if they see somebody else trying something, they talk down on it because they feel like they didn't do it when they had the chance, type of thing, So you don't want that to be you. You don't want to died old, miserable, and alone, right? So reach out to me if you want to learn more about the topic that I'm talking about. Or if you just want some support or encouragement, make sure that you do join my free Facebook support group called the Healing and Recovery Room. Would love to have you. What else? So yeah, that's pretty much that. And any other topics you guys want to learn about, let me know. I'll make a video just like this and we'll do it and we'll share it with folks. And so that way we can all learn, heal, and recover. So anyway, I love you guys. Take care. Bye.